Alright, just get started in a moment. Getting back in the swing of things. Got like 7 hours of sleep last night, which is about the average I've been getting in the last few nights. So let's take a look at my, well, here's my sleep graph from last night. Slept almost one. Yeah, this hour and a half in the middle has been a pain in the ass for a while. I get back to sleep. I'm up at 7:55, so nice little back and forth there. Alright, so here's the, oh, that's the, right, here's the time lapse I posted to TikTok just now, so major highlights. I got to bed around, when did I get to bed? Like 10:55. And I woke up 7:55, so if it wasn't for that hour and a half in the middle, I probably gotten like, I could have gotten 8 hours, but oh well. See how anyway, if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome. This is a sleep review. Basically, I live stream my sleep apnea treatment. That's what you're seeing playing back behind me right now. And here on TikTok, I basically post the time-lapse version of it, and go on TikTok Live, just go over the footage, compare it to my sleep tracking data, things like that. So I'm gonna look at the alright, so going to the sleep tracker, I got to bed, well, I fell asleep 11:20. So here's me getting into bed right before 11. So let's see, put the sleep apnea mask on, get all settled in. It'll take me a couple minutes to get in, but like, yeah, I'm gonna be on my phone for a little bit. It's gonna be like 20 more minutes before I actually fall asleep. So yeah, let's see, what time do I actually stop touching the phone? Ooh, let's see, what temperature do I have my humidifier set on? I actually don't know that off the top of my head. I can go check that later. Actually, I don't know if we can get that from like Oscar or anything. Oh, sorry for the sound. That is the air conditioning from last night. Yeah, it's pretty warm the last few days. So yeah, I've been sleeping with the AC on. Pretty loud. So what's nice is I got a new mattress cooling pad. It's a Sleep Me. So it's like this little water cooler. It basically, it's a mattress pad that covers like this half of the bed, and it like pumps water through it. I had it at the lowest setting and got as cold as like 55 degrees. Ooh. So you'll be getting water in your mask. That's called a rainout, I believe. So a lot of people complain they get a rainout. Yeah, and I hear it has to do with the relative humidity within the room. So yeah, that's a tough one to solve for. I mean, the worst thing is if you wake up in the middle of the night and the there's water just spraying all over the tube. kind of be hard to like get back to sleep with that. So, um, my suggestion, well, besides trying to figure out like what exactly is the combination of factors that's causing the rain out, is maybe to like keep a dry hose and mask on standby. Now that's not always an option. I mean, um, yeah, basically how often you get supplies and whether your hose breaks down. Yeah, see if yeah, you can see if you can change the air conditioning or the yeah. The thing is, I only get rainouts when I like travel. So when I go to like a hotel room that I don't, you know, it's not the same air conditioning as it is at home, then it's not gonna like. Then I always typically get that in a hotel room. And when I travel, I usually only pack the one, the one mask. But I've been lately, I've been trying to remember to pack a second mask, just in case, just in case the one I brought like tears or something. The hose, on the other hand, I think these days you can just walk into like a CVS and actually buy a spare hose, which is actually kind of nice. Actually, I had it's like kind of a nice surprise to go into a CVS lately and just see like a generic hose. Um, but in terms of bringing like a spare hose, spare mask, I just bring like the joints so that I can hook the if I get a generic hose, I can just hook that up to the machine. All right, so here in the recording, I'm probably finally settling down for sleep. So 11:20 is when I registered I fell asleep. So I can usually tell, basically from my lack of movement, when I've actually fallen asleep. Yeah, I still saw my hand going at the phone there. But yeah, 11:20 is officially when the sleep tracker said I fell asleep. So let's keep an eye out for more like signs of sleep. Now, yeah, typically, yeah, I see my like hand kind of like does a little twitch when I'm asleep too. So that's usually a pretty good indicator that I've fallen asleep. What else? I mean, basically, I mean, when I'm awake, I'm pretty fidgety, so I don't like. I basically can't like lay there like this still without actually being asleep. So yeah, this is basically me being asleep. All right, so 11:20 is when my sleep tracker picked it up, and then apparently I go into deep sleep pretty quickly. So deep sleep 11:34 all the way up till 12:20. So this is deep sleep right here. So deep sleep, I guess, I'm pretty surprised. I'm gonna actually be pretty still for the bulk of this. So for the next like 40 minutes or so, it's gonna be like, oh yeah. I mean, there I was. I shifted my legs a little, but yeah, that's typically what I would do if I'm asleep. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, deep sleep. I mean, the only thing characteristic about deep sleep is just the lack of movement. And right now, I'm just all I can see is my like chest raising from my breathing. Yeah, I can see like I'm fogging up the mask too. So obviously the sleep apnea mask is doing its thing. Now, the ramp up time, if I put it on around like 11, yeah, this is probably providing like just about regular pressure right now. Alright, let's see when my deep sleep ends and see if I can start going to different sleep stages. So this deep sleep ends at 12:22, so I'm gonna fast forward another 10 minutes and we'll see what's the difference between deep sleep and just regular like light sleep, core sleep. Alright, so keep going ahead from here. Yeah, basically just held this position for the last 30-40 minutes, which I guess that's deep sleep for you. Alright, so a few, yep, there we go. Okay, so now I'm back into like light sleep. So that's, here comes the tossing and turning. So basically, every once in a while, yeah, you see I'll shift positions. I'll turn a bit. I'll move my arms or my legs. Yep. Basically, I mean, this is all unconscious right here, so it's not like I'm willingly tossing and turning like this. It's just the stage of sleep I'm in. So this is core sleep, or light sleep. So that's this aqua blue right here. The deep purple is the deep sleep. So right now I'm in like core sleep, which is basically like light sleep. Now we're gonna come up to 104. We'll see some REM sleep. So we'll see what happens in 20 minutes. So REM stands for rapid eye movement sleep. So that's the type of sleep you usually get when you're pretty decently asleep. It's basically characterized by the rapid eye movements. Now I have my eye mask on, so I don't think we'll see much eye movement unless it slips off. Actually, I can see one of my eyes kind of on there, under there. So whoa, one of my straps actually popped off. See that? Oh, wait, did I actually pop that back on in my sleep? And look at that. I'll watch that. So take a look at this. So one of my straps popped off, and you can hear the air leaking. So at this point, let's see how long it takes for me to react. I mean, it's whoa, and my bottom lip's outside the mask too, so that's a really bad leak. Now I didn't get a bad leak score, so it probably there I shut my mouth a little bit, and then look, my hands actually know what to do. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, a lot of people when they're getting used to sleep apnea treatment, their hands will like take the mask off. I'm such a pro at it right now that I'm basically putting the mask back on in my sleep. Alright, so a few more minutes, we're going to enter REM sleep and we'll see if there's anything to look at. So I think it's 104. Yeah, the eye mask stayed on, I think, so I don't think we're going to see anything. But we might see some of the, we might see some of the eye movement from underneath the eye mask, or like that a little arch in the eye mask. All right, so how long was that REM sleep? It was 23 minutes, so a minute for now, for another like 15 minutes. Oh, okay. So here, we might get to see something. I'm going to zoom in on the one eye that I can see. Alright, so this is REM sleep right here. Go fast forward. You see every once in a while the eyelids was going to flutter, and the real clear sign of REM sleep is whenever you see the eyeballs twitch like left and right. So right now you see kind of like the eyelids fluttering like up and down, but yeah, they're really. I clench my eyelids shut a little bit, and yeah, watch that. Yeah, and then it's gonna be like a little bit of left and right movement. Yeah, I saw some of that just right there. Cool. So that's REM sleep. Not the most visible because I have the eye mask on, and that's just oh, okay. So that's where the REM sleep ended. So we're gonna see what sleep stage go into after that. So basically go back into like light sleep until 2:47 I wake up. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. So actually one of the things I do the sleep review for is to actually figure out why I wake up in the middle of the night now. That's been kind of the problem lately. It's just, I go to bed and wake up, it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and alright, so right now I'm gonna, okay, there is some sound on the, I can see some sound on the recording, so let me see if I can actually see what this is, if it was any sound that woke me up. Alright, let me raise it up a little. Actually, some sound out here, which Is the temperature my factor? Yeah, this time of year, especially in the summer, yeah, I try to keep the AC on. Alright, okay. There's I guess a itch. I don't know if that woke me up, but let's see. What I do here? There's some more movement. I just had some random like itches, so I'm gonna rub my eyes. Okay, so I'm not sure if any of that caused me to wake up, but let's see. Keep going. Oh, the other thing I keep doing is knocking off my alarm clock. You see how my arms are like gripping this little gray thing here? I'm gonna rewind a little bit. I'm curious when I actually, that tends to screw me up a little bit. So hang on. So what did I do? 155. One of these motions I make, I basically knocked the alarm clock down. What did I do? Alright, there it is. I probably just stretched my arms a little bit too much, and yeah. Boom. I pulled the alarm clock down. I usually Velcro that down, so it's not usually an issue like that, but yeah. And I was, yeah, that funny enough, that's something that's woke me up in the last few times I've seen it happen. I'm gonna get the make sure to Velcro that down before I go to bed tonight. Alright, so let's see what actually woke me up. There's a couple of loud noises coming up right here. Let me see if I can get an idea. Alright, what's this? Let me just, yeah, it's me just rubbing my eyes. That's the same itch from before. Okay, so still asleep, still asleep. Why do I wake up? So right around here I wake up. So maybe I'm just in a really light sleep. Yep. And there's some squeaks from the mask, I think. I'm missing a reason where the noise cancelling headphones tonight because I'm pretty sensitive to sounds. So like, even those like random little sounds will wake me up. So it might just be like whatever posture I landed in is causing like a minor leak in the mask. Yeah. Yeah. And you see my any cheap mask? No, I mean you can cheap out on like the headgear, or I mean the straps, but the mask itself you don't want to go cheap on because that's the part that actually touches your face and creates the seal. So I wouldn't advise getting that part cheap. For this one, I'm using like a generic back head strap, so that's fine right there. Alright, so I think that must have been it. It must have been some leak and some random itching. So I'm like scratching my arm, and then boom, one wake. I'm like, wake, I look at the time, it's like, yep. So at this point, I think I decided, oh yeah! I turned the AC on too, because I think I was probably like really warm. X30i. I have the F30i. What's the X30i? What does that look like? Is that a new one? Oh. So it's a nasal pillow. Interesting. Whoa. It's a combination nasal pillow and face mask? That is okay, so alright. I'm just reading the resume. Alright. Sleeping positions. Okay, oral nasal masks combines coverage of a full face cushions and seal of nasal pillows. Interesting. Now I'm not a well, I've never been prescribed nasal pillows, so I yeah, that is actually pretty interesting. Let me see if I can order see if I can order one. How much it would cost me out of pocket if I actually bought one. X30i. If I buy it, X30i, I don't even see any. Doesn't seem like I can find any on what do we call it? $200. Wow, that's a lot. Not gonna lie, that is a lot. All right. So why can't I find an X30i? Yeah, usually when I buy like a spare F30i, it's like maybe 100. Yeah, I don't even see any X30is on Amazon. I probably F30i, F30i, and the oh, is this a generic version of it? No, that's weird. Yeah, can you just get the cushion? The frame is okay, so it's the same frame. Yeah, I just can't seem to find the first party X30i. Alright, so that was my wake up, by the way. So 2:48, I paused the stream, and back at 4:04. So yeah, that's been my wake ups lately. I'm taking like an hour to get back to sleep. And even more time if I play my phone. So what time do I actually fall back to sleep? According to Sleep Tracker, I think I fell back to sleep 4:20. So let's take a look at 4:20, like right around here. Yeah, that makes sense. So basically, yeah, look at my. Let's turn over to my side, and basically I'm out like a light right there. Yeah, I can see my hands twitching like that. That's usually me asleep. Okay, so back to sleep. Alright, so we have some more REM coming up at right around 5 a.m. So we can go fast forward to that. It's probably just me tossing and turning for a little bit before I enter REM. Alright, cool. Yeah, I actually see some rapid eye movement already. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in again on the eyelids. Or at least the one eyelid I can see. I'm going to see some rapid eye movement. Alright, fast forward so you can see. Oh, this, the app that I'm using to sleep track is the Apple Health app. So basically it uses the data from my Apple Watch. And, we call it, yeah, and it breaks it down to like sleep stages. It's pretty accurate, but once in a while it'll like miss like falling asleep or waking up. Well, falling asleep mainly. Like I can see the footage and I can tell I'm asleep, but like sometimes it'll just. All right, so you see the eyelids dancing. That's the rapid eye movement right there. Zoom out a little bit so you can see the time. All right, it's 5:12 right now. Yeah, so here's the Apple Health app. So pretty much, wow, REM sleep for almost an hour of REM sleep. Interesting. So let's go ahead and go back and look at that. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Yeah. So now REM sleep's the sleep stage is typically associated with dreaming. Yep. For Cam, yeah, that's basically the sleep stages, most of those stages were dreaming. Now, I don't remember what, if anything, I dreamed about, but yeah, you just tell from the rapid eye movement that's what's happening in this sleep stage. Cool. Yeah, I'm really intrigued about the X30i now. I'm curious if we can just get one. Who I gotta pay and how much I gotta pay. I mean, I gotta ask my doctor for one, but like, I'm afraid if we go to like the pillow is gonna bother me. I'm just curious to try it because yeah, I've never had the nasal pillow. So everyone asks me like how to get used to nasal pillows, and I have no idea. P30i, yeah. When did the X30i come out? Because I really can't find any like third party or can't order one. X30i. Alright, so lots of rapid eye movement and small like 20 minutes. So basically had about an hour of REM in like between 4 and 5 and 6 a.m. Whoa, $300. Is there a cheaper option? Yikes. Yeah, I'm not that curious about it, but I'll keep an eye out for that if I can get one. All right, so that's our REM wrapping up. So I'm gonna look at the sleep chart real quick. All right, so here's another interesting thing. I'm going back into deep sleep around 6 a.m., which is kind of wild because deep sleep typically only happens in like the first half of the night, but I guess the thing about waking up in the middle of the night is that you have two beginnings of the night. So basically I had like deep sleep right around 11, fell back to sleep, woke up, fell back to sleep, and then I had more deep sleep, which is kind of interesting. So deep sleep be characterized basically by not much moving at all. So 6:08 to 6:40, yeah, I can. Looks basically like I'm a still photo right there. Basically, when the arm comes down, is basically when I go back into like light sleep. All right, so yeah, pretty well asleep here. Now the alarm clocks are set for 7:40, so whoa. More REM sleep, I think. Oh yeah, get some more REM sleep right around 7:05. So yep, that's right here. Some more REM sleep. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that. Yeah. So typically when we have REM sleep at, right around when you wake up, you typically remember your dreams a little bit more. I just don't remember dreaming about anything, to be honest. Yep, so there's rapid eye movement. Okay, so 7:20 on the recording right now. I should be up around, what do you call it? 7:49 is my first alarm clock. Let's see. It was a struggle to actually wake up this morning, so let's see. Griff, I do take naps, but I do have to make sure I have the mask on, so I don't want to take a nap without the mask. Otherwise, it's gonna be worse than a nap. It'll be quite unproductive. Okay, so all right, let me move the bottom picture over a little, because that way you can see my Nintendo Alarmo. So that's this little red alarm clock right here. So right around now it's going to start making some noise. I'm going to pause the music. Should be like the Bowser battle from Super Mario Brothers. Does it go yet? No, it's still 7:48. Okay. Alright, here it goes. And if you can hear, it's kind of faint, but it's I mean, that's the thing. So it's fighting the air conditioning as well as my noise canceling headphones in terms of trying to actually wake me up. So it's gonna be like all these. Let me see if I can show you the Alarmo up close. Yeah, there it is. Now, the idea of the Alarmo is if I actually, if it successfully wakes me up and I start like moving around, it'll actually detect that and it'll give me some like positive response, like coin sounds. But right now it's still like the Bowser Battle music. Alright, so needless to say, it takes me a while to actually wake up, so let's see how much longer. Alright, so I'm gonna. So I was 7:49 is when the it started, and now it's like gonna take. Oops, sorry. Alright, so when do I actually wake up? So actually I have some backup alarm clocks. I have this sharp alarm clock here, which is really loud, and also my phone alarm at 7:55. So let's see. Okay, so it'll be a bunch more noises. Yeah, you see, the alarm was getting pretty loud, but it's not breaking through my noise canceling headphones. So, and like the air conditioning is pretty loud too. So I'm already like desensitized to all the loud noises in the room. So when do okay? 7:55. That's when. That's when the sharp alarm clock goes off. So you hear that. That's that alarm clock right there. So here. So that's when I finally turn over. You hear the coin noises the Alarmo is making right now because that's the point. It's trying to say, "Hey, you're up. Good." Some people have wait. Yeah, I've heard that before. The the sound of basically someone snoring when they're awake, which is really kind of bizarre. But all right, fast forward, take everything off. All right, so kill the Alarmo, and then I turn the sharp alarm clock off, and also my phone alarm is going off too. So 3 alarms. It took 3 whole alarms to wake me up this morning. But I got up 7:55, so that's the end of my sleep. So that's right there. That's 7:55. That's the end of sleep. So all in all, I got 7 hours. Again, getting to bed around 11:20, waking up 2:47 for an hour and a half, falling back to sleep. That all adds up to around 7 hours. Alright, so how's that compared to the rest of the week? So my last 7 days looks like this. So yeah, I got a lot of ground to make up. Basically, last weekend around this time I was traveling, so this is that really short amount of sleep right there and there. That's gonna fall off soon, and hopefully this average is gonna bump up from 618 where it is right now, and hopefully get up to like 6.5, 7 hours. Because yeah, so this was last night. Night before I didn't wake up in the middle, huh? Yeah, but I did get to bed pretty late and woke up pretty early. Yeah, and most of my nights have been this hour and a half break in the middle, trying to get back to sleep. So yeah, that's what's holding me back right now. Unfortunately, I don't have any good answers about how to stay asleep. Yeah, I've been trying different things, and yeah. Alright, so here's some other stats. Okay, so here's the breathing disturbance data from the Apple Watch. Again, if anyone who's not been diagnosed with sleep apnea, they can get information from like smart devices now to actually get the warning signs of sleep apnea. So that's pretty good. And this is just what it looks like when the sleep apnea is being treated. Alright, what else we got? Yeah. Tuesday and Wednesday. Oof. Yeah, hopefully when those 2 days drop off, I'm gonna start seeing higher average. Yeah, heart rate. Alright, so here's my air score. That's the sleep apnea machine score. Basically, that's just here's breakdown. 7.5 hours of usage. That means that's the amount of time I had mask on. So some of those hours was asleep. Half of the 34 minutes was, mask on but not asleep. Good mask seal despite a couple of close calls. And the only thing I lost 4 points for was taking the mask off 5 times. That's this score right here, and that explains the 96 out of 100. Cool. Yeah, that was last night's sleep. Hopefully tonight I can do better. Alright, how am I doing better? How do I do better tonight? Well, I'm trying to get to bed around 10. So here's the last few nights. So that was 11:20 falling asleep. This is later. This night right here, which night was that? It was Friday night? Yeah, I got to bed pretty early. So yeah, I gotta do something like that, but tonight. But we'll see how that's gonna work out. So yeah, getting to bed earlier would be nice because that would just give me more time to get that 8 hours of sleep. But now and then everything else is just up to this wake up in the middle. It's like, am I gonna wake up in the middle again? Then yeah, that big orange section is me being awake, so that's what I have to avoid. Alright, so basically, yeah, try to get to bed early tonight. If I do wake up, I'm gonna try a lot harder to get back to sleep, but we'll see. Yeah. Alright, folks, it's my sleep review. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for the 100 so likes. Alright, until next time, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out. See ya.